All right, hello everyone. Finally, it is time for game one of Wednesday Night StarCraft. Today is August 10th. Team vV Gaming will be going up against Team NRG this week. And to open up things, it will be a Terran versus Terran mirror match here on Shattered Temple. And I'm really curious as to whether or not the recent MLG Anaheim will have any effects on Terran versus Terran, especially at the high level play. Apparently, it was all about the BFH, the Blue Flame Hellions, coming at you like I come at you with 4, you come at me with 6, I come at you with 8. Rinse and repeat until there's a bunch of dead workers. What do you think, Trevor?
Yeah, the Blue Flame Hellion right now is really popular among almost every Terrans now. Almost every Terran's opening 1-1-1, going Blue Flame drops, and then they'll have a Viking come out and patrol for the other guy's drops. So it's a very intense matchup right now, just because Blue Flame drops all over the place and siege tanks and Vikings, kind of going back to how TVT originally started with tanks and Vikings, except now you have Blue Flame added in there.
Yeah, so we'll see how these players decide to open up. Murder is spawning as the purple Terran player over here at the 6 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have the pink Terran player. I guess it's like a dirty pink or a grungy pink over here at the 9 o'clock position. Now will be making its way over here to the front door. It looks like both players deciding to wall off against their opponent. Very, very smart move. You don't want Blue Flame Hellions doing a drive-by and then running straight into your base. For a while, a lot of Terran players didn't want to build supply depots and barracks by their front doors, but now with the change in the metagame, it is a definite must, as both players should be pretty much doing the same exact thing. You can take a look at the mirror tabs or the production tabs, and they are mirrored. We should be seeing barracks come down at the same time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The more Sim City you can create, the better, because of drops. You'll see a lot of Terran players use supply depots and factories and starports to kind of wall off their mineral line, wall off around their gas and their command center. But yeah, absolutely, walling off your ramp is just another precaution, because you can't sit there. You want to put less to defend as possible. And so if you can have a wall do your defending for you opposed to tanks or whatever, it's just the more you can use for your army. And so both players walling off a quicker depot, and actually Murder getting his gas, and Pink Panda actually not going for his gas, and Murder is seeing that, so we might actually see a 1-Rax fast expansion coming from Panda. And if Murder does open the Blue Flame Hellions that we've been talking about, this could potentially be a short game.
Yeah, the only real issue or the only real concern I have right now for Pink Panda is if he tries to build his command center on the low ground. You can see that he is going for a refinery now, but the SCV on the inside, he has been wandering around on this. He has seen that there is a delay in gas. Murder will come back over, finally spot the refinery, and then just continue along his merry way. He knows everything that he needs to know so far. Meanwhile, Pink Panda apparently didn't know that you cannot spawn in the ally positions on MLG Shadow Temple, scouting in the wrong direction. It will be a little bit of time before he does find his opponent. So at this point, Pink Panda pretty much playing in the dark, as we are going into that factory from Murder, we are going into that command center from Pink Panda. So I'm quite curious as to what exactly Pink Panda's long-term strategy will be.
Yeah, the 15 gas is usually right after or right before the fast expansion. It's usually so you can still be on track with your tech, but it's just delayed. So Murder got that quick gas, or the normal gas, I should say, a 13 gas, so he can get his factory. But Pink Pan opted to get a 15 gas, which in TVT, or at least for right now, usually means you want to do a fast expansion. But as you can see, he's throwing down his factory. He still wants to go the Blue Flame route, but since he's getting an earlier expansion, he has to put off his gas. So everything should line up. His tech is just going to be delayed, but his expansion is going to be a lot quicker, as Murder is going a 1-1-1, and he's actually not getting an add-on on his factory quite yet, so he might actually swap it out after this first tank comes out and get Blue Flame right away. But it looks like he is going to do kind of the opener, which is popular now, which is Marine Blue Flame dropship.
Yeah, Marine Blue Flame dropship. It does look like that is going to be the possibility, but no, now also adding a tech lab with the factory. So he may be coming in with Banshees instead. The starport's going to probably swap with that tech lab down over here, unless, yes, there we go. So we may either see an early Raven or we may see a Banshee, as now the Hellion and the Marines are now going to try to push up onto that front door. The key thing now is that Hellion has a range actually has a range of, I believe, 5, so he can target the supply depot, and then the bunker that's behind it cannot actually attack it. So we'll see what's going to be happening here. We are going into Blue Flame for Pink Panda. Marines looking to perhaps put pressure on that front door. There is also another Hellion by, but we'll see what's going to be happening on this front door. It looks like all the units are just deciding to return home, not going to really be doing anything at all, as we are going into Banshees with Cloak, and this may be an issue. We can see that there is a missile turret coming in, though. So Pink Panda pretty much in a very, very decent position. He does have 2 orbital commands. He can get in a lot of scans, going for 2 missile turrets. So the only buildings that will really be vulnerable now are the actual production buildings, unless scanner sweeps are used.
Yeah, Murder actually rallying his Banshee to his main base. He's actually going to send it there right away. Or actually now he's going to turn around, right as I say that. But interestingly enough, he did scan and he did see the engineering bay, but opted to keep Cloak. So he seems to be determined to do this. I don't think he'll expect 2 missile turrets when he gets there. And here he goes right in, meets a missile turret right away and backs off. He's going to see if he can kind of pick off the workers, but he does make Pink Panda pull off his workers off gas for right now. But Pink Panda's Blue Flame is done. His starport is finished. He's not making anything out of it just yet. Murder has begun Blue Flame of his own, and his command center started. So the idea for Murder right now is to keep his opponent in his base while he can safely get up his expansion.
Okay, so right now you can see Murder still dealing a decent amount of damage, going after the army instead of going after the workers. Still a very, very viable option here, as you can now see the Banshee for going after. He should be attacking the SCV for some reason, not attacking the factory, as that factory does have that reactor add-on. He does already have Blue Flame, so Pink Panda should be able to get in a lot of damage of his own, as a second Banshee now comes in. So a second Banshee now coming in. There is also a Viking nearby. The Viking quickly going to shut down one of those Banshees. Is it going to be able to shut down that second is the key question. You can see that that Banshee is still being revealed, and oh, just barely survives, able to dodge those missiles right as that scanner sweep unreveals that one particular Banshee.
Yeah, Murder was able to pick off the SCV building the factory. He also saw that that was a factory being thrown down, so he knows that this looks like the standard meta game we were talking about earlier of Vikings, Blue Flame Hellions, and siege tanks. And also look at this reaction he's made Pink Panda throw out. He threw down a 3rd missile turret and now just finished a 4th missile turret all around his base. He had to save up some scans, which was smart of him. But Murder's base is now finished. His second factory is now done as well. So he will start going into the tank and Hellion production real soon. He has a Viking or a Raven coming out right now. Needs to be careful with that Raven until he has Vikings to back it up. And his Banshee actually going in. And he scans, and can he get it? And it looks like yes. Pink Panda is able to get Murder's Banshee, and it looks like his expansion will be safe for the time being now that the missile turret is done.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, I didn't think that Pink Panda would be in this, or Pink Panda would be in this position, but he's in a very, very nice groove right now. He does have more SCVs. He has a decent-sized army. His expansion's already set up as well. He has a lot of production buildings with this double, triple factory, the tech lab and the reactor. So these Blue Flame Hellions will be able to, or just BFHs, will be able to make their way and get in a lot of damage. You can see that there are Hellions down over here, but Murder doesn't have nearly as many. And here comes the lineup, and that's going to be very, very bad day. Murder now being forced to pull back. A lot of these SCVs down over here will get destroyed. You can see how the lineup is already going. And now Vikings now trying to come into the ground mode. We do have a Raven. The Raven dropping in some auto turrets in order to help out, but it doesn't look like this is going to be much of a fight here, as Pink Panda completely rolling over Murder's natural expansion. This is not good news at all.
Yeah, at the start of TBT, it's all about your Hellion count, and Pink Panda just had the superior Hellion count. Murder also had some units in his base defending, looked like for a potential drop, but this Banshee is in, but the scan does take it out, and Murder looks like he will hold, but if you look at the income tab, he is down 39 SCVs to 25, and actually the tank goes down too. We have 4 landed Vikings here, with Murder only having 2 Hellions and a tank just about to pop out, and here comes some more reinforcing Hellions, and I don't think Murder can really hold this off.
Yeah, I don't think Murder can hold this off either. We do have the siege tank now going into siege mode, but it needs to focus onto the Vikings. The Vikings do deal a significant amount of damage, just attacking very, very quickly, and those Gatling guns just making their way through. I don't think Murder was expecting this type of play at all, and if those Hellions just run down into this cluster of SCVs on the bottom left-hand side of his base, this is going to be very, very bad news. And what can Murder really do at this point?
There's really not anything for him to do. The Manor Mules have been called out. They're currently patrolling, and now it's just, I guess, waiting for him to tap out right now. All we see in the production right now is just Hellions and Vikings. Murder lifting off a barracks to float it over here. I guess he wants it to crash over here. But right now we're just waiting for Murder to kind of tap out. His SCVs aren't doing anything. They're in the back of the mineral line. There's really not much to say at this point. He's just kind of just waiting it out. I guess wants to see every one of his units die.
Yeah, I mean, this was just unexpected play. Panda opening up with a fast expansion, then getting a late gas, or going for a delayed gas to try to get a little bit more, and then there you go. Murder has left the game. Not quite sure what to make of that game. Game 1 of Wednesday Night StarCraft today, and quickly. And we can see an NRG or Team NRG taking a 1-0 lead.